Hi, everyone. Hope that you are enjoying some dryness in this crazy weather and that you are also looking forward to a restful and wonderful Shabbat as we move into the double portion this week of Nitzavim Vayelech. Uh, Lots of Torah portions are doubled. This year actually has been a year with very few Torah portion couplings. This week we have one of those. So Nitzavim and Vayelech are coupled together in this week. Nitzavim means to stand, but not just stand for the sake of standing. It's more of a larger communal stand concept, and Vayelech means to go or to move forward. And we have Nitzavim this week, and then Nitzavim is also the Torah portion that is connected to Yom Kippur morning. So we're actually going to hear it twice in a pretty close proximity. And so the Torah portions are both enormous and are full of last minute pieces of advice from this 37-day long speech that Moses has been continuing throughout this book of Dvarim, this book of Deuteronomy. And one of the coolest things that he reminds the Israelites in this Torah portion, I'm going to focus on Nitzavim, on the first of the two Torah portions. What's so interesting that he shares with the Israelites in this particular moment is he says, essentially, we, meaning God clearly, and Moses himself have been talking to the Israelites, and he says, God, and then through me and to you, have been saying over and over again about the connection to Torah, the connection to ritual, to the connections to your community. But ultimately, in this week's Torah portion, Moses says that the Torah is very practical, that it's not this pie in the sky, unattainable uh, thing that is only available to a certain people, a certain group of people, meaning it's not just for the Kohanim, not just for the priesthood, it's not just for the Levites, it's for everyone. And the text goes on to say, a beautiful piece of text that really goes on to say that the Torah is not in heaven, meaning you don't have to think that, oh, it's only up there and so I'm never going to get Torah. The Torah portion literally reminds us that we have full access points. And so this sort of imaginary imagery behind me has a bit of a mixture of, you can see sort of people at the bottom, but also the idea of sort of the heaven, and they're blended together, meaning to sort of say, it's the phrase is lo bashamayim, the Torah is not in the sky, so that there's access to it, that it's not across a sea, it's not in this remote place, it's actually very close to you, it's in our mouths, it's in our hearts, and so what we do, it's not just this something out there that we can't attain. And I think clearly the Torah portion fits perfectly into the space for us and the time for us, most importantly, because Rosh Hashanah is around the corner. In fact, tomorrow night, Saturday night, when Shabbat ends, is Slichot, which is the official beginning of the high holidays. And it's this moment for Moses through God to remind us, you can do this. It's not out of your reach. The connection to Torah is in each of our hands. We can do it. You don't have to think, well, it's not for me. I can't do it. It's too hard. I can't read it. That's not interesting. No, the text is saying the opposite. The text is saying we can attain it. And so on this Shabbat, and of course, as we begin the Chagim, the high holidays, really, really soon. Like I mentioned, tomorrow night is going to be Erev Slichot. So as we move into these high holy days, I hope that we will find that all of these things are attainable, all of these things are possible. And so on this Shabbat, I wish us that. I wish us the ability to attain all of these things. Services are not that far from now, around the corner. They are at 6:30 tomorrow morning. They're as usual. 8:30 is our service and our Torah discussion. And as always, we think of Israel not just all day, every day, but also particularly as we head into Shabbat, knowing that it's another Shabbat that hostages and their families are not together, and also watching the news with the various fronts that Israel is fighting, not just Hamas and not just the media, but also now heavily with Hezbollah. We think so much of our brothers and sisters in Israel, and send them as much internal strength as possible. So we also, of course, put as much shalom as we can into our Shabbat, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.